Have you ever wondered why some people hustle their entire lives yet never manage to save much, while others seem to have a natural gift for growing their wealth? The answer to that question was actually written down nearly 100 years ago. In 1926, George Clason said a collection of parables in ancient Babylon, later compiled into the book countless people regard as the Bible of personal finance, Faith the Richest Man in Babylon Faye. Today we're going to talk about the 5 golden laws at the heart of this book and see whether wisdom from thousands of years ago still holds up. Before we dive in, a quick note, everything I share today is purely for knowledge sharing and personal interpretation. None of it constitutes investment advice. Everyone's financial situation is different, so always make decisions based on your own circumstances. Alright, let's get into it. The story begins with 2 craftsmen, Bansir, a chariot builder, and Kabi, a musician. Both are skilled at what they do, yet neither can seem to save any money. Life is always tight. The widely acknowledged richest man in all of Babylon, generous with his spending, always helping the poor, yet his wealth never shrinks. Instead, it keeps flowing like a spring. Arkad is honest with his old friends. He started out as nothing more than a poor. His turning point came when he struck a deal with a wealthy man. He worked through the night copying tablets in exchange for one life. Changing piece of advice, the rich man told him. The day I began to build my wealth was the day I decided to keep a portion of my earnings for myself. You can do the same. And that brings us to the first golden law: save at least 1/10 of your income as seed money for investment. Sounds simple, right? But think about how many people around you blow through their paycheck within days of getting it. They always feel they earn too little, blame their boss for not paying enough, blame society for being unfair. Are those complaints valid? Maybe. But if you actually track your spending, you'll find that a lot of it isn't necessary at all. Fancy weekend dinners, artisan coffees and delivery desserts, impulse buys on little gadgets. Add up all those small expenses and the total will shock you. Arkad figured something out early on. You have to distinguish between what you need and what you want. The rule of thumb is straightforward. If you can get by just fine without it, don't buy it yet. When your paycheck arrives each month, the very first thing you do, before rent, before the car payment, is set aside at least 10% for yourself. The earlier you start, the bigger the snowball grows. Not only does it compound over time, it also gives you breathing room when the unexpected hits. A hefty medical bill, a car breakdown, or even a layoff. Once you have that nest egg, it is time for the second law: put your money to work. The book has a wonderfully vivid way of putting it. Money is like a team of diligent workers. Give it a direction, and it will labor tirelessly on your behalf, bringing back more and more earnings. So your money can't just sit in an account collecting dust. You need to give it a job. There are plenty of avenues: real estate, stocks, bonds, funds, or even a small business. You work, and your money works too. That is the twin engine of wealth growth. But the question is, what to invest in and how? That is exactly what the third law addresses. Before you act, consult people who truly know what they're doing, and only touch projects you can understand, ones that are safe and have real profit potential. The book stresses again and again that those who invest with caution and humbly seek expert advice are the ones who hold on to their wealth. Most people do the opposite. They go with gut feeling, act on a tip drop casually at dinner, or catch a headline on television and rush to throw money at it. The result, 9 times out of 10, they lose. Sometimes everything. The logic is dead simple. You wouldn't let a plumber perform heart surgery on you, would you? By the same token, why would you take investment advice from someone who hasn't made money themselves? If you want to invest in real estate, talk to someone who has actually profited from it. If you are eyeing stocks, consult investors with a proven track record. The fourth law follows directly from the third, almost as its cautionary counterpart. Those who pour money into ventures they don't understand and refuse to heed expert counsel are destined to lose it all. The examples in the book are painfully common in real life. Take someone called Mike. He diligently followed the first law for 2 years and saved up about $30,000. He read plenty of investment books and watched lots of financial programs, but he had one fatal flaw whenever he heard television pundits say, "An opportunity you can't afford to miss," or a friend mentioned some project with incredible returns. He couldn't resist throwing his money in. You've surely seen ads like these. Once in a lifetime real estate opportunity, or invest $1,000, earn 20% monthly, recoup in 5 months. Tempting, isn't it? A couple of months later, there is always some excuse. The project hit a snag. There were losses. It is a scam, plain and simple. The test is actually very easy. If you can't clearly explain how the project makes money, don't touch it. Go back to the third law. Find people who have genuinely made money and ask them. That is the right path. Mike didn't do that, and he burned through his savings until only a few $100s remained. Worse still, in desperation, he hatched a comeback plan, head to the casino, and try to win big from small stakes. gambling his way back to even. That runs straight into the fifth law. Those who chase unrealistic windfalls, trust smooth talkers, and let their own fantasies cloud their judgment will end up losing whatever little they have left. Getting rich through gambling is so statistically improbable it is barely worth mentioning. And that day certainly wasn't Mike's lucky day. Money lost in the past, let it go. There has never been a shortcut to getting rich quick. The harder you chase one, the harder you fall. Looking back, the 5 laws Arkad passed on to his old friends formed the very backbone of the entire book. Save first. Then make your money earn more money. Consult the right people before investing. Stay away from what you don't understand, and never be greedy or gamble. The principles are so plain they sound like old news, yet the number of people who actually follow through is vanishingly small. This book has helped millions achieve financial stability and even financial freedom, and these 5 laws remain the most solid foundation anyone can build their financial life on today. One last question for you. If starting today you save 10% of your income every single month without fail, what would your life look like a year from now? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this kind of financial content is helpful to you, hit that subscribe button and let's move forward on this journey to smarter money management together. See you next time.